guys, welcome to this week's Dermatology Flash Briefing. We are going to start a series on the science behind facial devices and beauty technology. Today, we're going to be talking about the first in our series, Gua Sha. Well, we've all heard of the jade roller, but what is Gua Sha? Traditionally, Gua Sha is the practice of using a tool to apply pressure and scrape the skin to relieve pain and tension, increasing blood circulation to the area. It has been popular for pain relief in the context of Eastern medicine practitioners, but we've also seen Gua Sha entering the world of beauty over the last couple of years. In the beauty world, Gua Sha facials involve the use of a boomerang-shaped or curved tool, usually made of jade stone or rose quartz. These are touted to reduce puffiness, boost circulation, release muscle tension, and increase absorption of cosmeceuticals. Well, before we go into the science of whether or not this beauty tool really works, let's find out a little bit more of where this technique came from. Gua Sha is a therapeutic, traditional East Asian healing technique. This technique can be split into two parts, gua for scraping and sha for redness. It is also known as coining, scraping, or spooning. Well, dating back to ancient China, Gua Sha was first referred to in a classical Chinese medicine text called Shang Han Lun, dating back to 220 CCE. According to traditional Chinese medicine, qi is energy that flows through the body. The ancient Chinese believed that a person's qi must be flowing and balanced in order to be in good overall health and well-being. Well, practitioners of Gua Sha back in the day believed that inactive qi was the root of inflammation and could lead to chronic pain. So, hence, rubbing or scraping the skin surface to obtain sha was thought to help the qi flow again, reducing inflammation and promoting healing. So, some of the product claims of Gua Sha tools for skincare includes its use as a part of a moisturizing skincare routine. It purportedly increases skincare absorption and correspondingly the skincare benefits of active ingredients. These Gua Sha tools also claim to stimulate skin cell renewal and improve lymphatic drainage by increasing blood flow. So in this episode, Dr. Teo is going to break down the evidence behind these claims, if any, and share her thoughts on Gua Sha as a dermatologist. So Dr. Teo, are there any studies that we know of that have discussed the effects of Gua Sha on the skin?
Well, that's a great introduction, Chelsea. Well, there has actually been a study on the effects of Gua Sha treatment on the microcirculation of surface tissue. This was published in the journal Explorer in 2007 by Nielsen and his colleagues. Essentially, laser Doppler images were used to make measurements of skin circulation, specifically of the microcirculation before and after Gua Sha treatment. This was conducted in Germany at the Department of Nephrology, which is dedicated to the study of the kidneys, in just 11 volunteers. The results were that Gua Sha increased by 4 times the microcirculation perfusion units at the specific targeted area for the first 7.5 minutes. There was a statistically significant increase in circulation after treatment for an entire 25 minutes of the study period. There was also reduction in myalgia, which is a word used to describe a sense of muscle pain, aches, and soreness. And this apparently applied to areas that were outside of the Gua Sha treated areas as well. Interestingly, the pain relief actually continued a while even after the treatment was completed, and there were no adverse reactions. The study concluded that Gua Sha increases microcirculation in the area that is treated. In addition, the authors stated that this increase in circulation can play a role in the decrease in muscle pain. Specifically, they stated that the decrease in this myalgia is not only due to the increase in the microcirculation at the treated areas, but also in distal areas, which means these are areas which are a bit further away from where the Gua Sha treatment was applied. So there was an unidentified pain-relieving biomechanism that was apparently associated with Gua Sha treatment. While this study was performed in the context of Gua Sha for pain relief, its traditional indication, We can also apply the findings to the field of skincare and dermatology because this study was performed on surface tissues, and by virtue of the way Gua Sha works, is via the superficial tissues. As we know, Gua Sha does result in surface changes of the skin, which are known in dermatological terms as petechiae, ecchymosis, the results of bruising on the skin because of the mechanical forces applied.
That sounds quite painful, and I've actually seen some people who have had cupping done. The marks are actually quite horrific. Does Gua Sha leave bruises, and how can facial Gua Sha benefit the skin?
As Gua Sha does improve microcirculation, one can definitely expect that there will be an improvement in the transport of the active ingredients in terms of absorption via the skin. When Gua Sha is used as a tool for facial massage, however, depending on the amount of force that is applied, there can be bruising. And these pinpoint breakages in your blood vessels is certainly an undesirable outcome. Besides, this can lead to facial hyperpigmentation in some individuals who are predisposed. Blood contains hemosiderin, which can cause brownish black deposits inside the dermis on the surface of the skin, which appears as pigmentation. The mechanical trauma from the Gua Sha treatment itself can also cause a form of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now, if the goal is simply to increase local microcirculation, there are other better alternatives. Facial massage with other types of massage tools that are less abrasive, perhaps with no sharp edges and not requiring so much manual force. More famously, we know about the jade roller, also from Asian beauty, can result in increased microcirculation as well. However, what I am curious about is the currently unknown mechanism of action that leads to the improvement of myalgia in areas not treated directly by Gua Sha. In science, it's really important to keep an open mind. And in my opinion, further research is definitely warranted to see if these unknown mechanisms may actually benefit facial skin as well. For example, if it creates a microenvironment because it stimulates the release of certain chemical mediators that will stimulate anti-aging processes, for example. So this would be relevant in terms of the use of facial Gua Sha as an anti-aging tool, which is what is being marketed as now.
Yeah, I agree. There certainly needs to be more studies which directly relate the effects of the Gua Sha technique on the skin changes. But there's also a definite possibility that this increase in microcirculation, as you said, does bring about chemical mediators that are involved in wound healing. What I do know is that one of the key factors determining wound healing after surgery is massage. While massage for early scars helps to improve the aesthetic appearance of the wound healing process. Dr. Teo, can you tell us a little bit more about this?
For facial Gua Sha, it certainly seems to be increasing in popularity. The benefits of Gua Sha, though, physiologically currently remains unknown. The cutaneous or the skin changes that occur with Gua Sha is well known in terms of the bruising or petechiae, which is pinpoint bleeding under the skin due to microtrauma. When you translate the concept of cupping to what you're applying on the face, is akin to facial massage, and you really should be applying less pressure than if you were to do it on the body in traditional Gua Sha. The data that we have now seems to suggest that physiological changes which occur are primarily related to improved microcirculation. In theory, this would mean that it can have the same function as, say, a jade roller or any other massage tool, and increases the absorption of what is applied topically to the skin.
So we've come to the end of our podcast episode on facial Gua Sha, the first in a series of beauty tools and devices. What are your thoughts on facial Gua Sha? Let us know in the comments section on our podcast website, Science of Beauty, linked in our bio. Well, thank you for joining us, and till the next episode.